welcome to WOLV Overtime. Alex Prasad, the doctor, Mike Dermody.
Doctor's
not
in the
Dermody,
house.
formerly known as Dermody.
Yeah,
but
it's good to be back, guys.
Good to, yes, yeah. It's been, you haven't been this year?
First time this year, yeah.
First time this year. And of course, Peter Saul as
One and
well.
only.
Were you waiting, anxiously anticipating me to introduce you? Yes.
I'm back. Yeah.
You're back.
I'm back too. It's
right,
been a while.
Right, it's been a whole week.
A week.
Well, it's been a while since Michigan's dominated a series, well, at least the way they did Friday. I guess domination is not quite the right word for it. They did something, but they swept Michigan, or Western Michigan, rather.
The big I-94 rivalry.
Right. Number 17 in the country, so you can't shake a stick at that. A sweep's a sweep? Yeah?
Go Michigan.
Yeah? Sweep's a sweep?
That's the football hockey sweep is complete, actually.
True.
Oh, that's true.
We played them football last year. I can't remember.
It was last year,
Okay.
but that's okay. We'll count it. Anyway, let's take a look at what happened Friday. Exciting games both nights. First period. Hey, look who it is. It's Adam Brewster. He'll be joining us later. He's I don't know, he's doing something. Something talking, something. Yeah, well, that's WCBN on the radio. We start 6 minutes in the first period. End of a Michigan penalty kill. Scooter Vaughn gets the puck coming out of the box and scores early 1-0 Michigan, Peter.
Yeah, and Scooter Vaughn again, what a season he's having. That's his 11th goal of the year. His improbable, amazingly season continues.
Improbably amazing, I think is what you're going for there. 2 minutes later, Greg Patterin shoots. The rebound goes to Kevin Lynch, who's going to clean up the mess right here. And it's 2-0 Michigan. Mike, a dirty goal for Michigan, cleaning up the mess down there.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Michigan working hard down in front of the net, and Lynch, more importantly, breaking an 18-game scoring streak drought. So a big goal for the Wolverines.
Perhaps working overtime down low. I don't know. We'll have to see. Who's not working overtime? Everyone at Yost Ice Arena. The fire alarms were going off for about half the first period, and no one did anything about it. All right, moving on to the second period now. A neutral zone turnover for Western. Greg Patterin again with the interception. Give and go with Russ equals Michigan's third goal of the game. It's 3-0 Michigan. We're not even halfway through the second period. And then just 10-15 seconds later, Patterin strikes again. He shoots from the point. Chris Brown tips it in, and Michigan with a 4-0 lead. Even Brady Hoke's going to like this. We'll see him in just a second. Peter, Kuhn pulled after this. Michigan looking fantastic.
Michigan looking dominating early on. Once again, it's the big bodies in front of the goalie that caused this goal to happen. Chris Brown, in this instance, how many times have we seen him in front of that, blocking shots, tipping shots in? We'll see him do it again this weekend. Right now, there's a great tip on goal for Michigan's fourth goal.
A few minutes later, though, Western gets on the board when Michigan takes his foot off the gas pedal here. Dane Walters picks up the neutral zone, snipes one past Hunwick glove side, and Michigan's lead cut to 3. And Mike, Hunwick saw this the whole way.
Yeah, absolutely. Not sure what he was doing. I mean, obviously he's a small guy, but Hunwick, not really one of the best weekends we've seen him play this year, unfortunately. He got the 2 wins, but certainly not the best we've seen of him.
And now midway through the second period, Western strikes again to make things even more interesting. Mike Leone with the initial charge, and Chase Balassi puts it into the open net. Michigan's lead cut to 2, Peter.
Hard work by Western Michigan here. They just pick up the rebound. Sean Hunwick caught way out of position. As Mike said, not his best weekend this year.
And on to the third period now, and up to this point, Patterin with a goal and 2 assists, and getting physical as well. Watch him on the left side of your screen, and he's going to make a play right. Oh boy, that was a big hit. You heard Matt Shepard's call; it was even bigger than the hit itself. And then Kevin Lynch is having a big weekend thus far as well, and here with a big hit as well. Physicality all over the place for the Wolverines, and of course, with it comes some pushing and shoving and a little talking. Take another look, sends him almost head first into the boards. Almost a late hit there, but Western still charging, undeterred by that physicality. Chris Brown saves a goal right there, keeping the game at 4-2, and of course, more Western Michigan players sprawling on the ice. Right there, you can see Chris Brown clearing that out. Again, Hunwick, slow to get post to post, and that's mostly due to his small stature. Kevin Lynch with 3 goals on the weekend picks up one of those right here, sneaks it past Nick Piccolini, who replaced Kuhn for Western Michigan, 5-2. And the scoring just wouldn't stop. Western not giving up, even though there's only 8 minutes left in the third period. Western with control in the Michigan zone here, and Luke Witkowski centers the puck. Max Campbell finds the back of the net, 5-3 Michigan. But Luke Glendening would finish it off, the cherry on top of, well, I guess we'll talk about what it's on top of. A 6-3 final score. Michigan fans happy. Their team put up 6 goals at home. You can appreciate that. And they got a fire alarm too. So how many times can you say you went to a sporting event and the fire alarm went off?
And nothing happened.
And nothing happened, right?
No announcements, nothing. Bizarre.
Right, no one even said like, hey, don't worry about the fire alarm, it's a mistake. Just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
And actually the funny thing is, I didn't realize it. I didn't hear it. I just saw the flashing lights because Yost is always so loud.
Yeah,
We'll take a look at the box score from Friday to get a little better perspective of this game. Hunwick 31 saves on 34 shots. That's how Western got their 3 goals. Piccolini played pretty well after Kuhn only stopped 6 of 10 shots that he faced in the first period plus 4 minutes. That's the earliest I think I've seen Michigan chase a goalie in our time here. Lynch with 2 goals, Scooter with a goal and an assist, Carl Hagelin with an assist. We'll hear more from Carl, obviously, on Saturday. But let's start with Lynch, Peter. Stepping up when we needed him to.
Lynch, Scooter, Vaughn, the guys who haven't been, consistent goal scorers before the season, now having big seasons. And you talk about players that have to step up big next year in the absence of the seniors leaving this year. Kevin Lynch is definitely at the top of the list. We've known he's a physical guy, and we know if he has a bit of a scoring touch. We saw that scoring touch develop more this weekend. Interested to see how he finishes this season.
And the big guys getting it done down low. Lynch and also Brown too, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. And Glendenning doing a lot of good job working hard down low as well. And these guys really doing a good job of working hard behind the net, cycling the puck around, and really getting and screening in front of the goalie. Obviously, they pulled Kuhn early in that first game. So.
And Peter, as you aptly put it in our production meeting, the NFL doing pretty well.
Yeah, the NFL, the new first line, Chris Brown, Matt Rust, Carl Hagen, they won't stop for any work stoppages. Excuse me, not Matt Rust, it's Louis Caparuso on that first line with Hagelin and Brown. Didn't put up the big points they put up Saturday night, but this line was on fire. They has been since they came together. And they had another solid performance, controlling the puck in the offensive and defensive zone, making sure nothing bad happens for Michigan.
But, so, Michigan gets 6 goals. Western gets 3, 3 goals. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing to worry about. But just the way the game transpired, Mike, the getting out to the 4-goal lead and just so obviously taking the foot off the gas pedal, letting Western come back into it, and then say, oh, we're focused again, scoring a goal, making that lead bigger and letting them back into the game. Is that something to be worried about?
I don't know. I mean, it was certainly a crazy game. I mean, you have fire alarms going off, everything. But, yeah, I mean, it kind of shows that, Western is a good team. They didn't give up despite being down 4 goals. Obviously Michigan put up the gas pedal. But, Michigan still being able to hang on there and, maintain that 2-3 goal lead and come out with the victory is certainly something important. Something to see from a veteran team, like, to be able to stick with it and, despite stepping off the gas pedal, really still push forward through the end of that game and get that victory.
Peter, is this just, again, us nitpicking a little bit too much with this?
I wouldn't quite say that. It was a sloppy game for sure by Michigan, but it was a sloppy game from both
Western
teams.
Right.
And just a sloppy game overall. Neither side really had an advantage in the lack of sloppiness, the sloppiness quotient. So I don't think you can pin this one too much on Michigan. It's just one of those games that neither side really got it together.
All right, well, on Saturday there was more sloppiness, and one side did put it together, but just in the nick of time, twice. Let's take a look. It was senior night at Yost Ice Arena. The Swedish national anthem playing. We'll hear more about the Swedish national anthem later. Canadian and, of course, American. That's Canadian for Louis Caparuso and Swedish, obviously, for Carl Hagelin. So let's take a look at what happened on Saturday. Here, senior night, we already talked about that. Just 30 seconds into the game, Western made it clear they were going to let Michigan off easy. Dane Walters strikes for the Broncos, tipping in a shot from the blue line, 1-0 Western. But Michigan trying to come back here midway through the first period. Michigan on the power play. Berlin misses from the blue line, Peter, but Wahlberg puts it home.
Yeah, once again, it's the big bodies up front. Look, it's actually Kevin Lynch getting a little tip on right there. He doesn't get it on net, but Wahlberg's right in the crease to pick up the rebounds. Good to see guys hanging around the crease because that's where the rebounds go. If you want to pick up a goal, you better have guys in the crease willing to get to the puck.
Right, and then again, from that angle, you saw a perfect view of the tip. But then a freshman mistake here from John Merrill. We haven't seen many this year. He fans on the pass, and Dane Walters beats Hunwick 5-hole. And Hunwick struggled on these couple breakaways all weekend, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, 3 goals on 5 shots in the first period is unacceptable from Sean Hunwick. But, just one-on-one, he was awful. Giving up 2 breakaway goals. It's just not, you can't have that happening for a goalie that's of this stature on a team like Michigan.
Right, and deja vu all over again right here. This is not the same replay. Brandon Berlin misplays that puck there, and it's Ben Warda picking up for Western, beating Hunwick blocker side. Shorthanded goal, 3-1 Western, Peter.
Almost identical goal. This time Michigan's on the power play, but Brandon Berlin just fans on a pass at the blue line, and a great heads-up play by the Western Michigan forward Ben Warda to pick it up. Sean Hunwick never really had a chance here. As Mike mentioned, he didn't look great on either breakaway.
Yeah, so it's 3-1 Western here on senior night at Yost Ice Arena. But Michigan controlling the puck in the zone. Merrill shot deflected to Langless, and he moves into the slot, puts it home, cutting the deficit to just 1. And Dermody Brown with a big screen of Kuhn right here. That's what causes this goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Brown, a big boy in front of the net, allows Langlish's shot to get it through there and, allows that goal. But also Chris Brown, he's on a 4-game point streak with 3 goals and 1 assist. So certainly he's been playing some great hockey recently.
All right, second period now, Michigan short-handed. Lynch with a defensive rebound, and he's going to go coast to coast. He's going to take it himself. Forget everyone else on the rink. Beating Kuhn, glove side. Michigan has it knotted up at 3. And Peter, Lynch with a little creativity here.
Yeah,
take another look.
Look at that little toe drag right there. A few weeks ago, we were talking about Kevin Lynch having hands in cement when he did that terrible penalty shot against Michigan State at the Joe. This time, Lynch showing some pretty sweet hands. He gets it past the Western Michigan goalie.
And later in the second period, Michigan playing sloppily, but Hunwick, shaky game, but a big save right there, stopping Western from taking that 4-3 lead. But on the third period now, still tied game, and a power play goal from Western. They get that 4-3 lead. Then he, I don't know how you say your last name. De Kaiser from the blue line, 60
Something
feet
like that.
away. 4-3 Western, yeah, that's about right. Hunwick was just screen on this one, Peter.
Yeah, Kyle Kane, big body in front of the net. There's simple keys to hockey, and definitely have a big body in front of the net is one of them.
Yeah, I think you said big body and
Big
down
body,
low
big body.
in front of the net screen.
Physical games.
Enough times, physical games. Now just 40 seconds left in the game. Michigan with the extra attacker. Hagelin rips a shot. It deflects off Luke Witowski. Beats Kuhn 5-hole. The Yost crowd goes wild. Pumped. It's tied at 4. And what does that mean, Peter?
We're going to WOLV overtime.
That's right. I wish we had Charlie just to say it. Here, take one more look. Hagelin off the defense.
Unlucky goal.
And you can see Witowski just going, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. So just 40 seconds left there. Mike Leone with a great opportunity here. Hunwick, not quite with the glove save, but with the glove deflection. And now, just 9 seconds left. Hagelin bringing it up the ice. And what do you think he's going to do? It's senior night. It's Carl Hagelin. He beats Kuhn with 2.9 seconds left on the clock. The Swede saves the day for the Wolverines from a senior night disaster. 5-4 win for Michigan. There's actually a Western player trapped in the penalty box right there behind that Michigan celebration. You can take one more look at Hagelin's shot. When there's 2.9 seconds left, there's only one thing you can do.
Shoot the puck.
Shoot the puck. And you shot it, and it goes in. And of course, as you mentioned, Mike, before the show, had this gone to a shootout, confidence was low in Sean Hunwick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he'd already given away 2 breakaway goals in that game, so certainly you don't expect them to win that game in a shootout. Of course, Western is 3-3 in shootouts so far this season, too.
Lots of experience, if nothing else, if just a 500 record. So Michigan sends the seniors off on the right note, and by sends them off, I mean sends them home to sit around for 2 weeks and come back and play at Yost.
Yep.
Because we do have the CCHA quarterfinals coming up. Let's take a look at the box score. That really tells you a little bit more. 5-4 game, obviously, lots of goals. Carl Hagelin, the game-tying and game-winning goal. And he threw in an assist there just for good measure. John Merrill had 2 assists, but also assisted on a Western goal, if you want to call it that. And Hunwick, again, that save percentage dropping tremendously, 20 of 24 shots.
Yeah, John Merrill, 2 assists, good and bad, as you mentioned, Alex. I really like the way John Merrill has played this season. He's had a tremendous freshman season, and there are rumors he's going pro next year to the New Jersey Devils. He's a second-round draft pick of the Devils. That'd be a huge loss for this Michigan Blue Line. Although he had that mistake Saturday night, he's still one of the better defenders on this Wolverines team.
Right, Berlin once and Merrill once just got toasted. I mean, and maybe some of the blame goes to Hunwick because you'd like your goaltender to bail you out in that scenario every once in a while. But I mean, those are big mistakes on the blue line.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Michigan, their defense is certainly one of the weaknesses on this team. I mean, they did kill 7 of 8 penalty kills in this weekend, which is certainly very impressive. But, you really want your defense to step up and play better, especially if you're going to have Hunwick, who's going to have an off weekend like he did this past weekend. You're not going to be able to make any runs in this postseason if your defense is going to play like that.